All right, so I'm going to share something very personal. Call it my secret. Yes, actually, it is my secret. And why I don't usually share this story is because most people are not really ready, both ways. One thing is they're not really ready for divine intervention. Another reason is because they're not putting any efforts. So when we come to that stage of healthy powerlessness and handing it over to Krishna, then we become ready. So today I want to share something about how to subconsciously burn your karmic baggage. And this is something I have a lot of personal experience from childhood. So I want to share about the power of authentic Vedic yagnas, where divine intervention meets human effort to create a very profound shift, profound transformation. All right. Hope you're with me. As we're talking about boot camp, we're talking about becoming ready, to give our lives to Krishna. There is a huge shift happening. So what I want to share is this is a journey of transformation. How, like, unless we're Parikshit Maharaj, fully surrendered and going to die in 7 days, and he knows it, and he just went to the naked guru, he surrendered, completely giving up all karmic burdens, all responsibilities. The truth is, we have responsibilities. We have uh, obligations, duties to take care of our body, to take care of our mind, to take care of our children, to take care of our economic situation. And sometimes those things get in the way of practicing Krishna consciousness properly. So, the divine intervention, the divine solution, when life feels so unmanageable in certain areas of life, perhaps, or for certain phases of life, we may feel this unmanageability and we may feel like things are out of control. Then divine intervention can be, it can happen in many ways, of course. What I want to share is a little bit my story. I've always been a little bit like ambitious type of person, and the beginning teenage years of my life, there was a lot of conflicting desires, conflicting situations. My parents, my uncles, there were different messages from the world, and I always really struggled to find my path. In different levels, I can say, especially like regarding my choice of career, choice of subjects to study, choice of marriage. I had like a total Bollywood story marriage. My parents were against it, my relatives were against it, everybody was against my marriage. But that was something, divine intervention. I kept praying, doing many, many yagnas to want a specific kind of husband who will help my spiritual life, my mission. And my Guruji, this is my Guruji, what you see here, this picture here, this is my astrology Guruji. So I come from a family of astrologers. My grandfather was into astrology. So the father of Sampat, this is Dr. Sampat Kumar, who is my astrology Guruji, and his father was Koil Nambi Sudarshana Narsimhachari. He was like a super powerful mystical person. He was the guru of my grandfather. And this Mataji behind, she's actually my mentor, Savitri Mataji. This was taken in my house last year, 2 years ago, actually, when we did a yagya in a house, and my mentor's health had a complete shift, transformation after this yagya. The doctors were like really surprised. Anyway, coming back to my story, my Guru Maharaj, Jaipatak Maharaj, gave me an instruction to follow this path of astrology, learning these mystic sciences. And even there, I was really like very scattered, not really focused. Then when Guruji, my astrology Guruji, gave me mantras, and I got connected in this lineage of yagnas and mantras, and getting this protection, my life completely shifted. I became much more focused. In my late 20s, I was already a published author. My book became a underground classic in ISKCON, and all that credit really went to these yagnas and mantras. I started traveling the world, and then I built my own institute. I learned 9 languages. All these things really shifted for me. because of these yagnas. It's not like one yagya, because it's like saying it's taking like one day a supplement. It's more like it was a build up. My life really kept getting polished until, of course, I found the Gandaberunda Yagya. That's like another day story. That big yagya, which really like gave me the breakthrough that I was really looking for. So the point is, this is Melkote. This is a place my dad first offered me when I was like 1 month old baby. He offered me to Yoga Nashinga Swami deity on the top of the hill. This temple existed, this place exists since 3 yugas, Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga, because this place, even Treta Yuga, Ramachandra visited this place, Krishna, Balaram visited this place, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited this place, and Yadavas, Pandavas visited this temple of Nrsingadev. And this was the deity which appeared to Prahlad Maharaj after Hiranyakashipu was killed. So it's a very special place where Ramanujacharya came when the Shaivites were trying to kill him. He actually came to Melkote, and then that's where he actually took sannyas. He actually wrote the Gita Bhashya, the commentary to the Gita. And it's a very special place where Ramanujacharya brought 11 special families. And one of these families were into these Vedic yagnas and siddhis. So these are not just any Brahmanas who sit in the yagna and do the mantras at that time. These are siddhi Brahmanas. These are very direct connection with the deity. So this particular Brahman family is belongs to my astrology guru and his father, Koil Nambi. That was the thing. So understanding these yagnas, they are more than rituals, especially this path, Vaishnava path, because really like connection. These Brahmanas, they chanted millions of mantras and they have a divine connection with the deities. So they're not just like any fire rituals. Any yagya gives some level of protection, but this is through millions of mantras, millions. My Guruji, my astrology Guruji, has been chanting since his childhood. And his father was even more mystical because he inherited that. So it's very transformative karma. They reshape the karmic patterns. That's why I said, like, subconsciously they shift the mind and they shift those karmic baggage. Of course, only if you're doing the work. That's why I don't promote this publicly. Not everybody is deserving and qualified to take advantage of these yagnas. One needs to actually have some level of eagerness, some level of motivation to fix their life, some level of motivation to fix their health, to fix their finance, whatever the area of life. That powerlessness has to manifest on that level to seek that divine intervention. And because some things cannot be changed only by human effort. Some things, it requires divine intervention. And modern relevance, why I'm saying this is also, I have seen personally how these yagnas removes blocks that people were trying for years and years. Me personally, years and years, maybe like to try to learn a language or to try to learn a specific skill. My astrology guru tells me that like what people take, say, 12 years to learn, I learned it in 1 year. And that's because of the yagnas. These are because of the mantras. Along with getting the yagnas done, I was also chanting. So it really, I went really on the fast track. So yes, so some things cannot be done individually, no matter how much we try, especially with health, relationships. I mean, we've saved so many marriages doing these yagnas. Okay, so this Eclipse Amavasya that's happening tomorrow, actually. Now, this happens once in 12 years. Very rare planetary alignment is happening. There's a huge cosmic shift happening on different levels. So it's very special. Whenever Amavasya is going on, these Amavasya creates powerful conditions for transformation because planetary energies are in a completely open mode. So when we pray during that time, when we chant during that time, when we set intentions at that time, affirmations at that time, any spiritual activity, it's like, whoa, it's like, super powerful openness for higher connection. And when a yoga is done during this time, you shed much more karmic load. And then we become more, if you're working on yourself, I have to keep repeating this. if you're working on yourself, if you're creating affirmations, if you're surrendering, if you're wanting to walk your life in the path of recovery, if you want to fix your whatever aspect of your life, then this specific thing gives amazing karmic unburdening. I really experienced that relief. I experienced emotional healing. I experienced freedom from codependency. I experienced freedom from anxiety or financial situations. Both internally and externally, I had huge financial shifts when I got, this has been what, 1.5 year? Like a little bit, like 2 years. I've been doing this for my Guru Maharaj, my parents, and myself. So let me get into why these yagnas are different. These yagnas, like I mentioned, it's coming from authentic lineage performed by these Brahmanas of the Ramanuja lineage, and they have mantra siddhi. These priests have achieved perfection in mantra recitation, and not just mantra recitation to know the mantra, but they have credits. So what happens is, like after they chanted million mantras, let's say Hayagriva mantras, they have chanted million times. Actually, it's 22 million. And then after chanting that, when the person chants, let's say they take a particular person, Preeti, Preeti, take Preeti, and they do 1,000 chanting to activate Hayagriva's mercy, that they already have a credit of 22 million mantras. They chant 1,000, and then they channel that energy that they already have the connection. It's like a influence, you have a high influence in the politics or something. You say, can you get a job for this person? Boom, it happens. So then the person channels. And then if that person is doing their work, and if they have like connections, they're applying in whatever different jobs or different business opportunities, then the energy starts flowing there. And within like 48 days of chanting they do for that specific person, so every day they chant for that person, so slowly the connection just starts flowing. Yes, I did that Hayagriva Yagya, and yeah, a lot of like learning mantras becomes easy, speaking becomes easier. Hayagriva is meant for those things. So any mantra, like Sudarshan, Guruji has different levels of Sudarshana Siddhi. One is called Arogya Vriddhi Sudarshana Prayog. So Arogya Vriddhi Sudarshan Prayog, let me just stop the share and then get back to the share. So Arogya Vriddhi Sudarshan Prayog is specifically for health. They have chanted million mantras of that, and then they channel that energy for that person for the health. We organize like a few of those yagnas. They done usually individually, these yagnas, like Arogya Vriddhi. And then there's Aishwarya Vriddhi Sudarshana Prayog. It's a specific yagya done particularly for a family or for an individual or for a business. A couple of devotees did it, and some devotees did it in Seattle, and like that contracts were happening, and they were like really like amazing stuff like that. And then some family members in South India also did this, and their business just started booming in 1 year, like a huge transformation. That's like Aishwarya Vriddhi. It really helps. If they're, of course, doing the work, it's much more beneficial. Then there is Amavasya one. The Amavasya one is like karmic unburdening, getting rid of issues that we have on different levels. We'll go back to the presentation. So I shared about why this particular image here is the deity of my Guruji. It's called Gandaberunda Narshinga. So he has, you can see he has many heads. He has many heads. He has a head of a horse. He has a head of a lion. He has a head of a monkey. He has a head of a swan. Different faces. So this is a special form of Nrsingadev. When he comes, because Guruji has the siddhis, they are like not like any common yagya. They're very like ghosts, for example. Ghost busting. Wow, so powerful. These yagnas really bust the ghosts. Now, I want to share about the Amavasya one. Let me go back. I already mentioned this stuff. Siddhi, they have Siddhi achievement. I told you that each 1,000 chant brings the connection and connects you. And then there is that I already mentioned. Then ghost busting. Yeah. So I have seen miracles, right? I've seen miracles in these areas. Ghost busting. Some people feel like, oh my God, do I have bipolar personality disorder or what? Maybe they have ghosts or something. And one, I'll show you one of my student. Her sister had such severe mental health issues. And we did this yagya, and we did it in our house. We had all the pictures of all the participants and everything during the yagya. And this person, after the yagya, the mom called her up after a few days. She said, I don't know what happened. Your sister is like, so much better. She doesn't even look like a mentally retarded person or something. Because this person had so many ghosts. Of course, one yagya may not completely cure, but she was completely like shanta, not screaming anymore, not beating herself anymore. So it was like, wow, this student of mine was like, wow, this yagya really works. So for me, these are all like data, collecting how these things work. Because I'm an astrologer. I have seen people having health issues, chronic health issues that medically they were not able to cure. And then they do the yagya, and then Guruji will tell like, you will get a specific doctor within 1 week, catch that person. And then they caught that person, and like things got resolved. And sometimes even without medical intervention it got resolved, but he doesn't recommend that. He says usually combine the two. Combination of both has immense health transformations. Then financial, yeah, I've experienced this financial breakthrough myself. Some of my friends also, they had financial breakthroughs with their business. It unblocks the specific karma, specific stagnation, and in the flow of opportunities happens. Even in my case, even some unexpected inheritance, unexpected things, like really, wow. So what I started doing was I started doing, like, I have families, I have my Guru Maharaj, some gurus that I help. So I wanted to make it accessible for everybody. By the way, this is a picture of my Guru Maharaj meeting my astrology guru, my husband. This was in Mayapur when he came for the yagya. So Guruji has been doing yagyas for my Guru Maharaj. And I've seen every time my Guru Maharaj is very sick, I call Guruji and say, please, can you chant? Can you do something? And then he chants the mantras, and then my Guru Maharaj also, of course, my Guru Maharaj is recovering because of Krishna's mercy. But these things I have seen that it gives strength to fight. It really gives. So I wanted to make it a group event, so we come together, and because one yagya, it costs like $2,000. So, but if we all contribute, then we can do that same yagya. But the chanting will go on. Chanting we have to pay separately for the Brahmanas, but the yagya itself we save so much. So much money on that. So these group yagyas make these yagyas available for little price. Then family protection, you can also sponsor for some family. Maybe what I've seen is sometimes when you sponsor for somebody who may not even know what these yagyas are, their mind becomes more light. So the benefits are anybody benefits that some karmic baggage will reduce. People who are very negative, they may first experience like a negative, like for example, one of my students, when they did the yagya, the department, I don't know what you call, like infestation department arrived at the home, and he had to like completely empty out the house and clean up. And then the person, oh, after the yagya this happened. And I said, it's good because your house was infested by rats. You didn't even know it. So the yagya brought this up for you. And then something else also, the car, his car broke down and something happened. It was an old car and he was keeping going. And then after the yagya, so yagya can bring up, if somebody is very irresponsible person and you get a yagya done for them, they'll be forced to become responsible. And if somebody is very unchaste, it happened recently. One person very unchaste, they got the yagya done, one of my clients, and then this person was like very flickering, jumping in relationships. They got the yagya done, and the person became physically sick that they couldn't continue the thing for a while. Then they had a realization that maybe my path is not right. Then another person also, I mean, many instances like this. One other one was, yeah, my teacher, this Mataji here, Savitri Mataji, and she sat in the yagya. She actually felt good that day, and then the next day she actually ended up in the hospital. But then when the doctors did the tests, they said, wait a minute, what is this? This is like, so many issues she had was gone. So for a few hours, she got a little bit exhausted because the karma was removed. So she actually felt amazed, and she did other yagyas also after that. And it really helped her. She had many health issues, very severe health issues, and this has really helped her to manage. My mom also says this is her health insurance. She says this helps her. So what happens is each participant receives complete karmic benefits. Besides, we do one yagya, but because the chanting happens individually, you get the full benefit. Okay. Then, okay, who needs this yagya, or why this could be good when we're experiencing some level of powerlessness in different areas? And if you want to try this, this is not like a mandatory thing. We can always work on ourselves as much as we can. But if you want to like make your thing faster, you want to progress faster, you want some extra divine intervention, especially things where you feel the unmanageability, which is beyond your control, like your health or maybe your children or whatever. I'll go from the bottom here. Those needing breakthroughs, it helps overcome stagnation in career, finances, relationships. If marriage is having a problem, my marriage improved tremendously after the yagya. There's just more, I mean, it's not like heavenly planets or something. By the way, in heavenly planets also there are problems, but it's more like peace. There's no like there is no stressful energy. There's no conflict. There's like easier to understand, easier to like see each other's point of view. We saved so many marriages by doing the specific Lakshmi Narsimha Yagya to keep marriages together so they don't divorce and things like that. I mean, there are levels, okay? The more chanting they do, the more the mercy comes. And some of these are very, you have to chant for many, many days, so it takes time. Some of them are quicker. I always get this Amavasya done because it's so powerful. It's like, it really helps me. This one, it really helps me for this third thing I have here. Okay, let's go through the second one. Health and wealth seekers. Combined with your efforts, highlight that, with divine intervention, then you can get success, whether it's health, medical intervention, or business deal. Then spiritual seekers, by the way, when I say wealth seekers, we did some real estate things, to get lands. People are struggling, cases, court cases. We had one story of somebody that they were struggling for years. She was struggling for years with court and this and that. And she did this yagya in few days, the court ordered it for her. And she and her father were like, wow, the girl was like really relieved and she was like very grateful. We have so many stories like that. And some of you here also have the experience of these benefits of these yagyas. We saw it in many cases. Then this third one, spiritual seekers, amplifies results for those working on Anartha-Nivritti, my personal favorite. That happened to me, yeah. Maybe what recovery would have taken 8, 9 years or something, I was able to get it in 3 years, 4 years. Still, there's work, but there's fire, there is drive, there is more openness, eagerness. So combined with it, it did definitely help me. All right. So why this matters? Because the karma is complex. Some karma cannot be cleared through your effort alone. And it speeds up the process and removes unseen obstacles. And it gives us a fresh start, resets our life, aligns us with higher purpose. Oh my God, it's already time. So these are some real life examples, some of them who gave me permission to use their pictures and some of them who gave me permission to use their stories. I already shared something about my Guru Maharaj. One of our Matajis, she had such health issues and she couldn't even get up from the bed and medical things could not help her. And then Sheetal Mataji, she actually did the yagya and oh my God, every month she was like telling me, like my back is better. I can walk. She was so happy with the yagya. And then she continued. And then for a month, she stopped. And then the little bit of pain came back. And then she was like, please, I want to continue. And I think she benefited a lot from it. And then also, this is the Mataji I shared, Kulavati, her family member had some severe mental health issues. And after the yagya, the mother reported that immense improvement. Another devotee also in Texas only, we were traveling and this person was really like a lot of ghosts and other issues. And one yagya we did, and this person was at Sadhu Sangha and like standing in the prasadam line. And when we first went to visit her, we couldn't even like go and meet her. She was so mentally unstable. So it's like amazing. And also Shameshwari Mataji and family. she reported how she felt really stress-free. She gave like a whole testimonial. I will share some other time. She said how she felt completely like stress was gone, and her kids, especially the older one, she started feeling so much confidence in school and everything. She could really see that mental shift. Mentally, they started feeling stronger. Physically, they started, and she's been continuing the yagya because every month she's feeling that improvement in their performance, in her work, in her not feeling stressed. It's just being very helpful. Also, another family from Dallas, Chaitanya Prabhu and Lalita Kun Mataji and the son, they also had like really good improvements with sadhana. The child was not chanting before, and he really became much more enthusiastic to chant, and they became much more calm, like less arguments. They just became much more open and happier. So yeah, these are the devotees who've given me permission to share, but we have so many more examples of stories. So why I'm organizing this? Because I feel grateful. I feel blessed. This yagya has given me so much, and I feel compelled that at least some people I want to open this up. Sometimes I wonder, oh my God, if I invite too many people, then my own family may not get the enough energy or whatever, the more the people, we have to share some credits or something. But I see that devotees are just so much uplifted from it. So because of all these miracles, I like to kind of put this out there to see maybe somebody needs that. And also to the more group of devotees we are, the price goes down. So if we can have our own ISKCON community sharing these yagyas, we can get the yagya done for less amount and we get the full benefit. And it gives protection, abundance, health for you, your loved ones, and much more. Empowerment, I would say, for me, it's been empowerment. A lot of people ask me, oh, how is it that you're able to do so many things? Or how is it that you're able to manage this and that? I always tell them the secret is the guess for me. So we have like actually this tomorrow's thing, we only have 2 places left, but maybe for next Amavasya. But if you're interested, you let me know. Some of you already have some experience. Does anybody have anything to share about the yagya? Some of you have done it. Would you like to share if it was beneficial for you and how it helped you?
I have a question after somebody answers your question.
Anybody likes to share your testimonial? I see some of you and I know your transformation.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I would like to share.
Go ahead.
So I met you last year here, and after that, you got a yagya done for my son. We were actually struggling about his college. He is into golf. He plays well, but we were very worried. If he's gonna get the college he wants, the subject he wants, and with that if he's gonna get the place in golf team for college. And we got connected, and you actually got it done for us, and because of that he got the college he wants and the place in a place for the golf team, so he will be playing golf. uh, so he got everything he wanted, and for that I'm so grateful to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, he did the work, and then the yagya makes it possible to get the result smoother, quicker, and more effective. So it's a combination, right? This is a very good story. I think I got the Hayagriva one done for him, especially for career related things. So yeah, that works.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Anyone else likes to share? Okay, you can share later and then we can actually help other devotees. I see that the more I help devotees, I also get the benefit. So I become the instrument, no? I don't usually recommend freely. I don't do it publicly because I only want selected people. It's not that I want. Usually, Sudarshan doesn't easily inspire people. He chooses who gets the yagya. So it's not really like we can choose. The Sudarshan makes the person inspired to get it. Sometimes people are not ready. So I don't like to push this. If they are not interested, I don't like to convince them. I know that this is a very rare thing. You need little qualification, some good motivations, then only it happens. So I don't usually push. I just kind of like, well, sometime I recommend I see that, oh my God, after they come to me for a consultation, of course I recommend if I see that it can help them. But in general, like even Guruji told me, like to not do publicity about it. When Sudarshan chooses, people will come. So he's also like, he's super Brahminical. He doesn't like the whole Vaishya thing and convincing. So he's also like that. But I have a little soft corner for devotees. I feel that if devotees get easier recovery, they heal quicker, they get more abundance, softer, smoothly, they can practice Krishna consciousness with more vigor and enthusiasm. So I try to like convince some of our devotees, get it done. Don't just waste your time and energy with things. Sometimes I even tell people, don't even, if you have a specific problem, don't even come for astrology consultation because I charge $350 for an astrology consultation and the yagya costs much less. And maybe what I see, I can't solve it. I can only analyze. If you want counseling, if you want coaching for your goals, astrology is very good. But if you want solution on a divine intervention level and it's an unmanageable problem, I'd say go to the yagya. Don't even waste your time. So that's my level of conviction. So thank you very much. So today's presentation is very special, and I want to give you all like a, how do you say, heads up. Keep praying. Eclipse is tomorrow. For some of you, it's visible. Do some fasting, do some chanting. And many of you here, I see 1, 2, 3 of you already have given your names. So for the yagya, so if some of you want, you write
I
me.
would also like to give my name.
Okay. Just message me quickly and then I will take your name and then I'll put it in the list. So thank you very much and see you tomorrow. We're going to step 2 tomorrow. Like just tomorrow's eclipse and we are opening to step 2, the divine energy to flow. So thank you very much. And also for Bhagavatam, we have Mahadev, Lord Shiva's pastime. We're reading in 8th canto. So tomorrow I'll be giving a presentation on Mahadev, Lord Shiva, Shiva Tattva and everything. So if you're interested, you can join. That's Bhagavatam, India time morning and US time evening. Hi, Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very